When we first started seeing each other, it was pretty casual. I mean, we just happened to be at a lot of the same places at the same time, so I guess it makes sense that we would get together. Just the thought of seeing her got me out of bed in the morning. I used to just lie there. I guess she was good for me in that way. Of course, there were mornings that she wouldn't show. You know, a doctor's appointment, or car trouble, or her alarm didn't go off. Why do we say off when we really mean the alarm went on? I don't really get that. It's funny that there are things that people say that we just accept even though they don't make any sense. Anyway, I didn't let it bother me when she didn't show. I believe relationships should be a bit unpredictable. It makes them stronger. Oh sure, there used to be a different girl every day, sometimes more than one. I would fall completely in love, head over heels. I mean cold sweat, queasy stomach, the works. Then before the song on the radio was even finished, she would move on and be out of my life, and I'd be on to the next one. I know it sounds exciting, but for me, I need the kind of stability a one-girl relationship brings. I remember spending every possible moment staring into her eyes. I could stare into her eyes for hours. I felt very close to her. When she would move just right, I could see her mouth. She had really great lips. I don't even know how to describe them, but they did something to me. Sometimes she seemed to be singing. I'd try to find the song on my radio, but I never could. Maybe she was just singing to herself. I bet she has a beautiful voice. It struck me that I never really got a good look at her entire face. Mostly I could only stare at parts of her reflected back through her mirrors. And the same would be true for her looking back at me. I wondered if we would be disappointed when we finally met face to face. Maybe we wouldn't even recognize each other because we had fallen in love with reflections of just parts. I don't know. I guess I truly believe that you can know someone by staring into their eyes. Staring into someone's eyes is like looking into their soul. She wasn't big on goodbyes. I did my best to play it cool as well, but that was the hardest part of the day. There were times that I wanted to chase after her and ask her to run away with me. We could just keep driving until we were far away and we could start a new life together somewhere. The thing is though, if I don't get to work before 8:30, it's impossible to find a parking space. I guess it sounds a little creepy now, but I would sometimes wish for a natural disaster or something to happen. Something that would shut down the highway and keep us from getting to work. Maybe even a little fender bender. We would stop and get out of our cars to check for damage. We would meet face to face, like normal people. I would comfort her and we would stop somewhere and get to know each other over coffee. No one would get hurt, not like it turned out in the end. You know how some people say that you can tell when something is about to happen? Like how animals get all jittery just before an earthquake? I don't know, I guess I feel like that all the time, so it doesn't really help me much. I guess it doesn't really matter anyway, because what can you do about it? Nothing. So why spend any time thinking about it? I never saw the beige Camry in front of her, but I did see her eyes open wide when she saw it. I never saw her brake lights come on, but I saw her car fold up as she hit. In the split second before I collided with her, several things went through my head. One, I thought about how amazing it would be if my last thought before I died would be about her. But that turned out not to be the case because the second thought was that I wouldn't have to go into work, which was a relief. Lastly, I thought about how I always wanted to learn how to play the piano. Next thing I remember is waking up in the ambulance. I don't know if we were moving or not. Some guy hovered over me and yelled into my ear, telling me that I had been in an accident and I would be fine. I asked him where she was. He wasn't sure who I was talking about, and I wasn't really sure how to tell him. Then I blacked out again. They released me from the hospital later that day. They told me my head would hurt for a few days and that I should take aspirin. I tried to see her, but they told me she wasn't ready for visitors. I did get to miss a week of work. That's how long it took to fix my car. We have gotten pretty close since the accident. I don't get to visit her as often as I would like because of my job, but when I do, it's good quality time. Her mother treats me just like part of the family. The doctors say that the more time that goes by, the slimmer the chances are that she'll wake up. I don't pay much attention to that though. You have to just keep believing. That's what I tell her mother. It's not exactly how I imagined things would turn out, but I'm not one to complain. It's nice to have someone you can depend on, someone that will always be there for you. The best part of it all is that we've reached that point in our relationship where we can just sit together in silence and be comfortable.